All right. I want to teach you mathematics, and under the mathematics, I want to teach you linear and quadratic graph. Today, I'm going to teach you how to plot graph, a curve graph, and a straight line graph. Okay. My name is Simeon Manoa, a BSc holder in mathematics education. I'm about to teach you how to plot a graph, how to complete a table. This is a WAEC standard graph that usually occur almost every year. So at the end of the class, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, let's get started. Now, a question is given to us that we should complete, that is copy and complete the table of value of the relation. Now, this is the relation that was given to us. Now, if we check very well, the quadratic here is power 2. That is quadratic. But here is a positive. So we will end up having a graph, a quadratic graph that is upward shape. The curve there is upward because it is positive. But assuming it was negative, it will be downward. So already we know that our graph will be giving us upward curve. Now, for this is the relation that we should start from. Even if the table is not given to us, by the help of this relation, we can able to plot, to get our x as it. How do you get our x as it? Say we should start from minus x and end at plus x. So this table was given to us. This 19 was given, but this other boxes was not given to us. So we have to complete this table. Now, be part of it, we have to use a scale. Now, this is the scale we have to use. So let's get started by completing this table. Now, this is for A. Now, for B, okay, let's go to C. They said we should draw on the same on the same scale. We should draw this graph. Now, this is y is equals to 2x. This is a linear graph because linear always have power 1, while quadratic has power 2. So this will give us a linear graph. Now, they said we should plot this linear and this quadratic graph on a single graph. So what we need to do, we need to create a table for the quadratic and we need to create a table for the linear graph. So let's get started. So at this moment, let us complete the table. Now, you observe, we'll bring our x. I want to first of all complete this table first. 2x squared minus x minus 2 for the relation x. We have minus 4. We have minus 3. We have minus 2. We have minus 1. We have 0. We have 1. We have 2. We have 3. And we have 4. Okay. At this point, there are two methods of solving this problem. So, this table now, we are about to complete this table. And there are two ways of completing this table. I'm going to teach you one part of it. One part is, if I have my y is equals to this value, 2x squared minus x minus 2. If my x is minus 1, that means I should change, anywhere I see my x, I should put minus 4. Minus 4 in replace, and I will get a number. But I'm not going to use this one because I don't want it to be too long. So what do? I want to use the tabular form. How do I use the tabular form? Now watch. This one was given to us. X rule was given to us. X rule was given to us. Now we want to get our y rule. This is our y rule. So how do we get it? Now we pick this first value. This is 2x raised to the power of 2. We'll bring it 2x raised to the power of 2. We have a new column. From this quadratic they give to us, which is y is equals to this, yes? We pick each of these values, bring them out. Each of them will create a new column. Now, a new column and a new rule. This is a new column, this is a new rule. Now we have minus x, a new rule. Then we have minus 2, a new rule. a new rule. Then our final one, we have our y. Our y also produces a new rule. Okay, at this point now, this is what we do to complete the table. Before we start anything, let us get a given value that was given from the original table. Then we know that what we are doing is correct. This is minus 3. When x, let's get this minus 3 colon. Let's get the colon. Now, this is minus 3. If we substitute minus 3 into what? Into x here. That is just like 2. Bracket open. This is your x now. Minus is now become what? Minus 4 raised to the power of 2. Now, 4 times 4 will give us 16. Right? 16 times 2 will give us what? 32. Right? Now, when we substitute this into x, it's just as if minus, the x now become minus 4. It will give us, okay, sorry, it's on this. Okay, this 32, yes. This one will give us plus 4. Don't need to write a plus. This one will give us minus 2. Now, let's get this for this 3 to be able to apprehend this what? This 19, to get that 19. If we have 3 times 3, 3 times 3 will give us what? 9. 9 times 2 will give us what? 18. Now, we change this place now to 3. It will give us what? To give us positive 3. And here it's minus 2. Now, let us subtract to get. Now, we have 18. 18 plus this will give us what? 21. Now, 21 minus 2 will give us what? 19. To show that what we did here is corresponding to what they gave to us. You get it, right? So, we use this procedure to get the whole of this column. Now, let's add these two. These two will give us 36. Now, 36 minus 2 will give us 34. So, at this juncture, we are going to use the same pattern. When x is minus 2, when x is minus 1, when x is 0, we'll get everything with the same procedure. So, it's the same way we are going to use to plot the second graph. The second one is y is equal to what? 2x plus 3. Now, they say we should use the same interval. That is x minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are almost doing the same procedure we used on the first table. Now, if you check very well, we have plus 2x here. So we bring each of them out. 2x. We have a new rule. We have plus 3. We have plus 3. I don't need to write the plus. You just write the 3. We have a new rule. We have y. We have a new rule. If you check very well, this one, there was nothing given to us on the y, but we use the same procedure we use here to also get our y value here. So just like what we did here, it will be like minus 4 times 2 give us minus 8. Minus 4 times 3 will give us minus 12. Now, if we add everything together, this will give us 20. Which give us minus what? Minus 20. Okay? You understand? So just like what I'm doing. Now, I've already completed this table. How do we do it? Now, this, if you check very well, this is minus 2. It has no x attached to it. So every row on this will have minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. The same thing with this 3. It has no x attached to it, so there is no variable to be replaced. So everything will be 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to touch, if I want to add, I'm not going to touch the x row. That is, this minus 4 will not be included. What I need to do, I'm just going to take away 3 from this 8. It now becomes what? minus 5. So that is what I'm going to do for all of them. Okay, so like the table here, when I add this one, how do we get this place? 2 times minus 3, minus 6. 2 times minus 2, minus 4. 2 times 1. I'm just changing the x to these numbers on top. I will get these answers. The same thing with this one. This place is what? Minus this. Minus times minus will give us plus. So 4x is still 4x. So I add them and I got this value. So what we are going to use to plot the graph is this x-axis, y-axis, x-axis, y-axis. In your WAEC, anytime you create this kind of table, you still have mark, which is very, very important. So at this point now, I want to get rid of this table so I can start plotting the graph. But before then, I will only draw these 2 columns for this and these 2 columns for this on this other part of it. Then by like this now, we are done with the first part. We are done with the first part. We are done small part of this C. So the remaining B, we'll go to the B and we'll go to the D. So like this, we want to plot the graph. I've taught you how to get your tables. So what I just did from the table we calculated and completed, I just bring my X and my Y as it's on this quadratic, and I bring my X and Y on this linear. So right now, I want to plot it on my graph. Remember, from question the B, they say using a scale of 2 centimeter for what? 2 centimeter. This is a 2 centimeter graph, because if we check our box from here to here is 10, and if we use our ruler to measure from here to here is 2 centimeter. So we are solving the B now. We are using a scale of 2 centimeter to 5 units on the y-axis. That is why I started with what? From this origin, this is 0, this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Why? The downside is minus 5. For the x-axis is 2 centimeter to 1 unit. 2 centimeter to 1 unit, we have, if you check very well, the flow here is from minus 4 to plus 4. So minus 4 should enter this graph, which is the lowest, and plus 4 should enter this graph, which is the highest. And each of these small boxes is calculated for, you are using the units. If you check very well for the y, I want to calculate these small boxes for the y. The unit is 5. So it will be 5 divided by 10. For your x, the unit will be 1. It will be 1 divided by 10. So, which will give us 0.5. And here will be 0.1. So each of these small boxes for your x-axis is 0.1, while that of the y-axis is 0.5. So I've collected the scale here, and this point is our point of origin. And with the help of the calculation here, we know that like here is 1, here is 2, here is 3, here is 1, here is 5. Okay, so we want to now plot this place. This place is 30. Okay, so at this point now, I want to plot the graph. Now you can plot either the linear first or the quadratic first. Well, let's plot the quadratic first. And we know that our quadratic will give us a shape like this. So let's get started. Now we have, when x is minus 4, you come to where minus 4 is. Our y is what? Our y is 34. So you locate where 30 is first. This is 30 under minus 4. 30 under minus 4. And it's 34. And each of these boxes is 0.5. So two of these small boxes will give us 1. So we have 30, 31, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. When x is minus 2, when x is minus 3, y is what? Y is 19. You have 15 here, 15, 16, 17, 18, you have 19. When x is minus 2, y is 8. You locate where you locate where minus 2 is. This is minus 2. Locate where minus 2 is. Y is what? Y is 8. This is 5, 6, 7. Then here is 8. When x is minus 1, you come to where minus 1 is on your x-axis. Y is what? Y is 1. You count 1. When x is 0, which is your y-intercept, when x is 0, your y is minus 2. So you come to the down. When x is 0, y is what? Minus 2. 1, 2. You draw. When x is 1, you come to the positive 1. Y is what? Y is minus 1. You have 1. Y is minus 1. When x is 2, when x is 2, y is 4. You count 1, 2, 3. Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. When x is 3, y is what? Y is 13. So you locate. This is 10, 11, 12, 13. When x is 4, positive 4, which is this, y is 26. You come to where 25 is. 26. Now we have gotten from minus 4 to positive 4. So at this point we want to join the points. So follow me as I join the points. But before I start, I can start from here. I trace it. If you are using a graph sheet, you use a broom. You trace it and you bring it out. Now you trace from here again. You trace, bring it out. And you name your graph. This is the name of your graph. Y, any part of it. Y is equals to 2x squared minus x minus 2. Now we are done with the quadratic what? We are done with the quadratic graph. So at this point, I want to plot the next one, which is our linear graph. When x is minus 4, this is minus 4. Y is what? Minus 3. When x is minus 4, y is minus 5. So I will be finding it in my negative y part. So when x is minus 4, y is 5. Y is 5. When x is minus 3, y is minus 3. So I count 1, 2, 3. When x is minus 2, y is minus 1. 1. When x is minus 1, y is 1. When x is 0, which is my y-intercept, y is positive 3. So I count 1, 2, 3. When x is positive 1, y is 5. When x is positive 2, y is 7. So I count 5, 6, 7. When x is positive 3, y is 9. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When x is positive 4, y is 11, which is 5, 10. This is 10, 11. So at this point, let us join the lines. If you have a ruler, you trace the line. You trace it. you trace it, and this is a straight line graph. This is a linear graph. At this point, we have to write the name of this graph, which is y is equals to 2x plus 3. So at this point, we are able to get our quadratic graph and our linear graph, which is what our aim is. Now let's go to the D part of it. The D part says use the graph to find the range of values of x, which from this we want to get the range. Now to get the range, we need to find the roots. Now the root is where this curve crosses this x-axis, this point where it crosses, it touches this x-axis, which will give us, if we check very well, if we count from this place 0, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then from this place where it touches the x-axis, we have this is 1, 1.1, 1.2.